This man had been a bad guy all his life, but from today on, he decided to be a good one. When he saw a beggar, he took out money. He initially intended to give just a few bucks, but then he thought otherwise, and stuffed all his money to the beggar. For the first time, he walked to work with his head held high, holding cups of love and coffee bought for his colleagues. Not just for Rita, whom he secretly loved, but also for the photographer he had looked down upon before. These two men used to curse each other behind their backs. But at this moment, the photographer showed an expression of disbelief. Not only was Phil kind to others, but he also started to study earnestly. The same day that kept repeating was no longer a torture to him. He read every book in the town, and then went to practice the piano with the teacher. Then he also learned ice sculpting. In the endless time, he treated everything around him seriously. He earnestly enhanced his value every day. The repetitive life no longer meant despair. Time left precious marks on him. Towards the overly enthusiastic old classmate, Phil no longer avoids or rejects. Instead, he was even more enthusiastic, hugging him tightly, and even wanting to spend a day with him. Every day, Phil tries his best to be kind to everyone around him, even though they won't remember anything the next day. It doesn't matter. It's a pleasure to help others. Until one night, Phil saw that the old beggar seemed to have a bad chest pain. He took him to the hospital, but soon, he heard that the old man had passed away. For the first time, Phil became serious. He didn't want the old man to die. If he had given the old man a full meal earlier, would he not have died? Fortunately, he still had the chance to restart. The next day, the field lead took the old man to have a sumptuous meal. The old man ate with great joy and satisfaction. The male lead thought that with such good care, the old man wouldn't die. But that night, the old man still stopped breathing on his cardboard. No matter how hard Phil tried, the old man would still die on this day. This day that he was tired of actually turned out to be the last day of the old man's life. And he had squandered this day for 10 years. Finally, Phil understood the preciousness of life. Every day after that, he would find everyone in the town who needed help. Every day, he helps the same group of old ladies change tires. He saves the same old man who gets choked. He no longer ponders hard about the meaning of living. Instead, he does something meaningful while he's alive.